you'll be dead to me.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, hasn't it? John's let you down, really, because he hasn't done any videos for you.
Yeah, John's been very busy worrying about coronavirus with my health conditions. Every day I wake up and the first thing I think of is, have I got a temperature? Have I got a cough? But, you know, putting this into perspective here, we haven't been on, and, you know, people don't want to really be watching me and Michael talking shite. And Michael was telling me the other day, a lot of the YouTube channels, you know, the views are down and what have you. But, you know, we have got other things to worry about. So what I will say, I sound like Boris Johnson, stay at home. The more you stay at home, the quicker we'll get over this, the quicker we can get back to Goodison Park.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's really key and important that people understand that, you know, this is not an easy situation for anyone, and there's people who are in a lot worse positions than me and you. You know, the vulnerable people, for example. I know you're classed as vulnerable because you are vulnerable, but you know, we've just got to do our bit for everyone, haven't we? You know, so if you do have elderly relatives, just keep touching base with them, you know, and maybe old neighbours, just call them up if you've got their number. Just check everyone's all right, because it's lonely being in isolation. It really is. You know, doesn't help mental health.
It is a tough situation. The video isn't about this, by the way. It's about, you know, the players we're being linked with. But we do want to reiterate on this, you know, and I still see people where I'm living now and gangs of lads standing there, you know, and we're not going to get over it if you carry on doing that, you know, and it is hard. My wife hasn't been out the door for nearly 2 weeks now. We've got a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old. Lucky enough, I've got myself another little job, so I'm getting out the house. It's not hard being on your own. It's self-isolating and, you know, stuck in, but we will get through it, you know, and I keep saying this. This is no joke. This is the real shit, this virus. This is the real shit. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a long time to get over it, you know, but we will do it. You know, as Boris Johnson says, keep that great British bulldog spirit, and we will get through it. All jokes aside, though, you know, hopefully we'll see the worst of it in the next week, 2 weeks, and we'll start seeing improvements, and we can try and start getting our life back to normal.
Yeah, and that's yeah, you're spot on. Right, let's talk about some of the players we've been linked with sensationally during the last few weeks. Obviously, the Red Echo have been bored, the newspapers are bored, and we've been linked with some absolute standout world quality players that are on mega money. So let's just go through some of this list, John. Donnarumma, 6'5", 21 years old. AC Milan #1 goalkeeper. Has been AC Milan goalkeeper since the day he was fucking born, by the looks of it. What's your take on that one?
I don't know much about Donnarumma, and I did say this to you earlier. But if he's AC Milan's #1 keeper at the age of 21, you know, obviously he's got something about him. I've said this on previous videos. If a good enough offer comes in for Jordan Pickford and Donnarumma can replace him, I'll be very happy with that. Because from what I've heard, from what I've seen, I have looked at him a bit on YouTube and that. He looks a good keeper. He's a big keeper. You know, that's what you need. You need a big, tall keeper. And I don't want to go on about the jokes about Pickford and all that being too small, but a big keeper commands his box more. And that's what we need. We need a commanding keeper. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I want us to get a keeper who's not British. I want a foreign goalkeeper. They are the best goalkeepers, let's be honest about it. Wouldn't have no qualms of getting Donnarumma in if he replaces Pickford.
Fair enough. Okay, some of the defenders we've been linked with. I'm going to mention like 2 or 3 here. So I'll mention one of the shitty ones first. Ragnar Klavan.
The ex-Liverpool player.
Yeah. 34 years old.
To be fair, do you know what? I think it's I think this virus has gone to a lot of people's heads, you know, and they're linking everyone with everyone, you know. And listen, I can't see Marcel Brands and Carlo Ancelotti going for a 35-year-old defender. If we want to, well, I'm getting to that. If we want to be to the next level where we all aspiring to be, listen, Marcel Brands and Ancelotti are not going to bring Klavan in.
Okay. John Stones?
Yeah, I'd take John Stones back in a heartbeat, to be fair. I think we said this on one of our previous videos, you know. I don't think he's got a future at the Etihad, you know. And I've said this in the past, all these players who've played for Everton, we've always been called a selling club, you know, our better players have moved on. In my opinion, every player's a selling club. Every team's a selling club, you know, because everyone's got a price. And I think we're going to touch on Gareth Bale. He left Tottenham. Ronaldo left Man United because the offer of money was right. So every club's a selling club. I think that's why John Stones left Everton. He thought the grass was greener. Maybe Everton is John Stones' fit, and I would take John Stones back.
Fair enough. Another couple of big names that have been mentioned. One that's been in the news quite a lot lately, regarding us potentially actually having a deal in place for him, is Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille, 22 years old. Apparently, a deal somewhere apparently was agreed, although I don't believe any of that shit. 30 million euros. He's a big, strong lad, 22 years old from Lille. You think he would fit in well instead of a Yuri Mina or a Michael Keane alongside Mason Holgate?
I could see Michael Keane going before Yuri Mina if we were to sell any of them. I think it's an option alongside Mason Holgate. Mason Holgate gives us that option of playing in the midfield as well. So if we ever need Mason Holgate to play there, we are going to need someone at the back. Let's look at that. Is it Magalhaes or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
And alternating between John Stones and Mason Holgate. You know, if we want to push on, we need quality players for each position. We just don't need one or two players who are quality. We need 2 or 3 players who are quality for each position. And it gives the players, if they're not playing well, they kick up the arse. So, yeah, I don't know much about him. But, listen, he's got to be better than Michael Keane. So, if he's better than Michael Keane, if there's a chance, I think I seen something the other day that Chelsea have struck a deal with him as well. I did see that rumour. So, listen, they are all rumours. But we do need a centre-half. I think we know that. So if he's the one that we're going to get in, sounds a good fit to me.
Yeah. All right. One last name I'm going to mention. 2 last names, actually, I'm going to mention. Koulibaly from Napoli, 28 years old, ex-managed by Carlo Ancelotti. Stood by Ancelotti when he made some of his decisions about, as you remember, the Napoli players had to take pay cuts and whatever because of their performances. Carlo Ancelotti was very much against that. From what I understand, Koulibaly respected Ancelotti a lot for that decision. He was trying to push across to the board. How much is Koulibaly going to cost, first and foremost?
Well, I think when we were linked with him a couple of years ago, was it 18 months, 2 years ago? I think we were quoted 90 odd million or something for him. You know, he's nearly 2 years old and that now. I think I said on a video the other week, and I also said to you, from what I'd seen and heard, there is a chance Everton could get Koulibaly, and the price tag has dropped. Now, I believe it's 50 to 60 million for Koulibaly now, which for a 28, 29-year-old by the time we sign him, it's a lot of money. You know, and he hasn't proved himself in the Premier League neither. So, if I had the choice between Koulibaly and the fella from Lille, I'd probably go with the fella at Lille, to be fair.
Fair enough, okay. And then one last person who could be on a free transfer, 35 years old, world class in his own right, we all know. He's Thiago Silva from PSG. Obviously, he's a phenomenal name to have in your team sheet.
He is, but, you know, again, it's the age thing, isn't it? You know, Michael, if we want to push on, Brands and Ancelotti are going to be bringing 35-year-olds in. I don't know. You know, it is experience, but I think, you know, Mason Holgate's come into his own. He's not the finished article. We've got Michael Keane, played for England so many times. So, you know, he's got the experience. Yerry Mina's played for Colombia many times, so he brings experience. I can't see us bringing a 35-year-old just to bring experience to the back line. I don't think that's Marcel Brands and Ancelotti's mantle, to be fair.
Okay. One of the positions we definitely need to strengthen, we discussed this a couple of weeks ago, was right back. It looks like Kenny said that he wants to stay at Schalke, so 20 million quid, 25 million, you can stay?
Yeah, I think Everton will take the money because I don't think that the people in the background at Everton who make these decisions don't really think the rate. John Joe Kenny, I think, has said this a while back. We do need a right back because we can't rely on Coleman, you know, every week. And for me, Sidibe, you know, I think 3 months ago I was saying pay the 12 million now. No, I wouldn't keep Sidibe. So we do need a right back. I think Everton will sell Kenny.
Yeah, I think Everton will sell Kenny. I think Sidibe will probably go back. And I half semi expect Everton to move for Max Aarons from Norwich. We watched him when he played against Everton. He played really well. I think he played on the left that day, but he can play on the right. Seems a good player, quick, fairly skillful, beat a man, can defend. Why not? Young lad, 20 years old.
Yeah, you see, we have been linked with Max Aarons. You're spot on, and that's more the age. I think that, you know, the men who are in charge, Brands, Ancelotti, I think that's the sort of the age limit. I think they want to build a young team to take us into the new ground, you know. So I'd take Max Aarons at right back. I think if we sign Max Aarons, I think he would have a very good chance of cementing that place for himself. And I think he could become very quickly Everton's #1 right back.
Yeah, I agree. Right, mention some names for midfield now. We'll move on to midfield. Unless there's anyone else you want to mention. I just saw your mouth move. Just fucking...
No, I'm not, because I know the names you're going to mention.
Oh, good. Have you got the list in front of you as well?
No, you told me before. I think it was from the story that I'd messaged you the other night, who we'd been linked with.
Oh, you're on about Gareth Bale and Ramsey now. No,
yeah.
No, I was on about Lorenzo Pellegrini. So he's 23 years old, plays for Roma.
Manuel's son?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, right. Was a guess there.
Yeah. well done, John. I mean, you know, congratulations.
I didn't even know we were linked with him, to be fair. I've been a busy man, not like you.
To be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't 100% know his son, but I'm assuming it's his son. So we're going to go with it, his son at this point. So he's a skillful 23-year-old player. Plays, I'm pretty sure he plays in the centre of the park. Don't hold me to it. But our midfield is weak. It's an area that needs to be strengthened. And I think anyone with the name Pellegrini would be well received in the centre of our midfield, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I think, to be fair, I think the player who comes into there, I think it's going to be James Rodriguez.
Okay.
I think we'll get him.
You too?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean that's the first time. That's the first one I've heard of Pellegrini. So I don't even know who he plays for. I don't know what he looks like.
Looks fucking better than you. Let's just say that, mate.
Not hard, is it? Fucking hell, Peter Beardsley's better looking than me.
Okay. Right. Stop there. So you're saying we're going to get James Rodriguez over Allen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or get the two.
Well, Rodriguez.
I can see Sigurdsson going.
Yep.
I can see Schneidlin going. I can see Tom Davies going out on loan.
the longer this goes on, the longer this virus goes on, the longer the season doesn't finish, the longer it gives Morgan Schneiderlin to recover from his operation.
Yeah.
So before, if you'd have said, I think Morgan Schneiderlin's going to go, I'd have gone, no, because of his injury, because he's had an operation. I couldn't see him going because he'd have to recover. Now, because of this coronavirus, I could see players like Cenk Tosun, who's had an accident, who had an injury, Morgan Schneiderlin, who had an injury and an accident and an operation. Maybe both of those have got additional time to recover and fuck off.
Yeah, which then means we have to bring 2 players in. So, listen, who's to say we won't? But what's Alan going to cost?
40 million?
Yeah. What's Rodriguez costing? 30, 40 million?
Yeah, one's 29. I think Rodriguez is 28.
Yeah, I listen. If it means Morgan Schneiderlin, Gylfi Sigurdsson going and us bringing Alan and James Rodriguez in all day, I would take that.
Okay. Another name that's on this list, and we saw a little bit at the start of the season off, is a teammate of a player that I want over anyone in this Premier League, and you know who that is, which is Jack Grealish. The man we've been linked with is John McGinn.
That's new to me, to be fair.
Yeah, a creative midfielder, very good player. He was linked with Man United in the summer for £50 million. He's got everything in the arsenal. He had a very good season in the Championship last season. Plays alongside Jack, apart from he's been injured for the majority of this season.
You see, I have reservations when we're linked with the player. Like, listen, Jack Grealish could get in any team. That's done. Do you know what I mean? Like Sir John McGinn is Aston Villa at his level, and that's no disrespect to Aston Villa. Would he be a standout player at Everton? For me, no. I think we've got to be aiming higher.
Okay, fair enough. So we've also been linked with Aaron Ramsey, 29 years old, Juventus, £400,000 a week contract.
I think if we get the caliber of players like Aaron Ramsey coming from teams like Juventus, I don't think it'll be a deal permanent. The likes of them players, I think they're going to be loan deals. We might pay half. Juventus will pay half. Aaron Ramsey, apparently he's unsettled in Italy, not getting much game time. Would love to come back to the Premier League. I would take Aaron Ramsey. He knows the Premier League. I know he's had his injury problems, but when he's fit, for the job he does, there's not many better than him in the Premier League, to be fair. So I would take a fit Aaron Ramsey on loan, 18 months or just one season. If he proves himself, try and make the deal permanent. Okay.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to move on to strikers. Now, we've been linked with a lot of strikers. James Rodriguez falls into the striker list. I don't quite know why, but because he's not a striker, really. He's like a number 10. He'd replace Sigurdsson, in my opinion. So we've been linked with Ciro Immobile, 30 years old, Lazio. Very, very, very good player. But he's 30 years old now. We've been linked with Everton Suarez several times over the last 6 months. We were linked with Zlatan Ibrahimovic 3 months ago before we signed for Milan on a free transfer. We've been signed on the Barcelona new striker, which is Martin Braithwaite, which they signed in really shitty fashion, in my opinion, because they signed him from a club where he was doing really well, essentially keeping them up. And then because they met his release clause, he's moved to Barcelona, leaving them in the shit.
Yeah. No, I don't. That's a funny move for me. That is a really funny move for Braithwaite. I did see us link with him the other day, but listen. if we're going to be linked with him, let him have another 18 months, 2 years at Barcelona. If he proves himself and he scores goals and he has a release, apparently his release clause is absolutely astronomical as well as something.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. So obviously they see something in him. We've also been linked with, is it Under? A fella called Under?
Possibly.
Yeah. Listen, the names we're linked with, listen, we need a striker, but I don't think it's on Marcel Brands' Ancelotti's top of the list.
Fair enough.
I think that we know we need a centre half. We definitely need one, maybe two central midfielders. We need a right winger. We need a right back. If we can fill them 4 positions with class players, many times better than what we've got there now, we're not far off from being a team that can challenge the top 4.
Yeah, agreed. Last 2 names I'm going to mention to you is Andrea Bellotti, linked today, £60 million or 60 million euros in the Red Echo today. At Torino, scores goals for absolute fun. He scored 15 goals this season so far. There's still, 10 games left in Serie A. He scored 17 last season. He's 26 years old, more than capable. It's a lot of money for a position that we don't necessarily need right now, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin's definitely found his feet. We've got a young Moise Keane in the wings. Richarlison plays up front as well. I would be surprised if we spend so much money on a striker.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to spend 60 million on a striker, but maybe Ancelotti's looking more at maybe just keep Richarlison on the wing, because you've just mentioned Calvert-Lewin there and you've mentioned Moise Keane. We're going to lose Nias. That leaves us, we're short up front anyway, even while Nias is on the books, to be fair. But, if we get an injury to one of them players, and, you'd only need a couple of injuries in your team, and then that could restrict you from putting Richarlison up front. So we need another striker. We do need another striker. Can't see us spunking 60 million on a striker. But I'm unsure, and I know he hasn't had much game time, I'm unsure if Ancelotti really fancies Moise Keane, to be fair. I think he's a bit unsure. I don't think that was a Marcel Brands signing for me, Moise Keane. Okay. I hope I'm proved wrong, and I'll always admit that on here. Listen, I've slagged Dominic Calvert-Lewin off. I've said that a lot of times, and he's proved me wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong about Moise Keane.
Fair enough. Last person, and I actually think this will happen. I don't know why. There's no reason to think this will happen, but I genuinely believe this will happen. And that is the 32-year-old Napoli left winger, right winger, number 10, striker, Dries Mertens. Because I think on a short-term deal, Dries Mertens makes complete sense for everyone.
Goes back to what I was saying about moving Richarlison up front, or being stuck with injuries and not being able to do that. As you've just said there, he can basically play from one touchline to the other, right across all them positions and up top.
Yeah.
For 32, what will he cost? 30 million? 20
less
million?
than that. No, I think he's out of... I have a funny feeling he's out of contract.
I'm not being funny. If you can get a Dries Mertens for nothing on a free, who can play 2, 3, 4 positions, it's a no-brainer for me. No-brainer.
Even if he was going to cost money, he's certainly worth 15, 20, 25, 30 million. Even at 32 years old, he's a phenomenal player.
Yeah. Well, we've been linked with Gareth Bale. He's on £600,000 a week. He's 30. He's 30 years of age. He's on £600,000 a week. If you can get a Dries Mertens who's 32 for a nominal fee, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, agreed. And that's the last person I was going to mention. I'm glad you've said it and moved on to it very nicely there. Gareth Bale. We made a joke saying in the car about in January, we said, I can't wait to win the league and have a front three of Gareth Bale, Richarlison, and I think it was Dres Mertens or somebody like that. Midfield.
Of Koulibaly.
And in the centre half of Koulibaly. So it does make me laugh that we're linked with all these players. Because Bale's not happening.
Well,
it's just not.
I tell you, he's not. He's not. But the good thing about it is, Michael, is look at the names that we're being linked with now.
Exactly. And that's what's key. For exactly. You know, the names that we've been linked with are a lot better than being linked with players like, I mean, who was we linked with 2 years ago under Steve Walsh? I seem to remember. I mean, we signed Cuckoo Martina and Umani Asma.
And Balassi.
Yeah, so we've signed. I mean, if you think of some of the shit we've signed, Cenk Tosun, shit. Balassi, shit. Walcott, shit. Schneiderlin was decent the first season. Occasionally he's decent, but most of the time, shit. Michael Keane, shit. I could sit there. I could reel off the entire team that Steve Walsh signed and go, you know what? You're shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at players that, don't get me wrong, will absolutely break the bank. Absolutely break the bank. But we only need 3 or 4 players. And if we got rid of, say, 12 players.
Okay. So I'll ask you this. Okay. The video's dragged on long, so I'll fly through them. Martina's going. Schneiderlin will probably go. Sigurdsson will go. Walcott will go. Balassi will probably go. Martina will go. Tosun possibly go. You know, you're looking at 8 now.
Sandro. Sigurdsson.
Said him. So you're looking 8, 9, 10 players, right?
Yeah.
They're not regulars every week, are they? You wouldn't say we'll win things with 10 players.
No.
So if we could get rid of all them off the wage bill, would we then have a possibility of getting Gareth Bale, Dries Mertens, Koulibaly, and the goalkeeper, who you said?
I think you've just got rid of about 800,000, 900,000 pound off the wage bill every week. Maybe a bit less. But you've added about 1.3 million. Can Everton afford an extra £2 million per month?
Yeah, without a doubt. They can afford it. Financial fair play may not allow us to afford it. What's in Everton's favour is we didn't spunk a penny in January. Nothing. The new Sky deal's going to kick in soon. You know, the tax year ends in April. There's more sponsorship deals coming into the club, left, right and centre. They all add up. And there's no reason why we can't afford that extra outlay to bring them players in. Quality players, world-class players, and get rid of shit players, because these shit players we're getting rid of, we can cope without them because they're not regulars. We can do without your Walcotts, your Martinas, your Balassis, your Tosuns. Do without them if you're bringing players of that quality in. And there's no reason why we can't afford that extra couple of £1 million a month. If them players are off the book, Ancelotti's always said he wants a squad of 25. I think he's got about 40 in the squad at the minute, 35, 40. You know, 25 quality players in a tight-knit squad that gives you 2 or 3 players, quality players for every position, and get rid of the others, and we can afford that.
Okay, John, I'll leave it there. You happy with that?
Yep. Cool. Right. Just want to say, everyone, stay safe. It is tough doing videos at this time, but, we wanted to get one out. Stay safe, stay at home, and we'll get over this as quick as we can.
Yep, guys, agreed. See you soon. Peace.
Speak to you later.